Hello, hello people. Um, so you're going to see a run. Thank you for listening. Uh, in all seriousness, basically you're going to hear me, um, like the second me, throughout the like first half of the game, and then you're going to see only one me. I mean, hear only one me, um, in the second half of the game, and the reason why is because it's this run is basically the result of my quite a long grind to get 48, and I really wanted to do that quick so I can just simply like focus on other categories and other games and whatnot. Um, so I just really wanted to do it quick, so I was on a really like heavy grind. And Basically, I was streaming all the way, throughout the day, and obviously I was talking to chat if someone, like popped up in it. I was obviously talking to people and whatnot, but if there was no chat activity, I would rather just simply like mute myself and focus on the gameplay in order to just do this achieve my goal as fast as possible, basically, right? Because you might think otherwise, you might think that's just stupid or whatever, but the reality of things. Um, the reality of things is that focusing on the run actually makes things much easier, and you run way better. It doesn't seem like so like on the first sight, I guess, but honestly, like it really makes a huge difference, and I think this is why House does it, and Green does it, and many other people. They just simply want to be like focused on the game, and get as good runs as possible. Um, but yeah, so what I have to say is, obviously I've been on the ground and whatnot, but the problem is that well, my movement hasn't improved much, to be honest. It's difficult to actually like assume what happened and whatnot, but I think like my lines are just not the same because I obviously left for the Earth for quite some time, in order to like just discover and play new categories. For example, 3NE and BS or 100% Spyro 2 NLS. Um, and I enjoyed all of them, but yeah, it was time to go back. Especially because because what happened to Spyro to NLS. And if you don't know, you're not aware or whatever. Basically, this is also the reason why I wanted to like record a commentary video and whatnot. Um, because ever since I last uploaded a a speedrun to this channel, uh, a lot of shit happened to 40 or and just Spyro 2 in general, basically. So I was probably the main cause of a huge turmoil in Spyro 2. Because well, I discovered some pretty cool tricks, I guess. Most of them, unfortunately, are very difficult, and it's also like kinda difficult to record a run um, that has all of these tricks inside them, inside it. Um, it's very difficult because of their, just hardness level. It's not that bad, I guess, but the risk of failing them is always there, especially since they are new tricks. So we're not obviously that used to them, and we actually require much more practice in order to do stuff. Um, but yeah, so far they look pretty good. I will show you some of the tricks, but also I will show you some of the things I did wrong. Um, because I was trying to go for some of the tricks, but I failed some of them. So yeah, you're going to see all of that, and I'm going obviously to describe all of that as well, just so that you know, and you're being aware of what's going on. But yeah, there you go. So we're in Summer Forest, and unfortunately, I don't have much to say about Summer Forest, because basically not much has actually changed in Summer Forest since my last video on this channel. Um, I guess the only major thing that happened to Summer Forest while I was while you know since my last upload on this channel um, is basically Aquaria skip, which also I discovered obviously because I discover everything in this game Kappa. Um, so yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that. But yeah, basically until like Sunny Beach, there's nothing. There's literally nothing new. Uh, in Sunny Beach, there's a very short skip that saves you like 5 seconds, I think, at max if you do that properly first try. But the thing is that it's kind of risky, I guess, because the jump is really tight. And also it's like a relatively new trick, so it's so we're not that used to it, I guess. Um, so yeah, I'm just going to show you what's up with that. Well, I'm going to describe it because I didn't go for it in this run. So I'm just going to describe it to you what would happen basically. But yeah, so far it's literally the same. Uh, there are some levels in Summer Force that are obviously like movement heavy, and if your lines are just slightly wider or whatever, uh, you're obviously going to lose time. So for example, levels like that are Idol, Colossus, even Glimmer to be honest. Sunny Beach obviously. Sunny Beach is a very long and movement heavy level, so um, here I didn't get the infamous charge storage. So basically, if you don't know what charge storage is, it's a meme name, because it sounds like something useful, but it's actually something devastating. So basically, before the last jump that Hunter does, there's like on this after just getting on top of the steps. You can actually get into the dialogue box without Hunter actually even being there. Um, so that's what we do in order to obviously be faster. But the problem is that if you're slightly slower, like slightly, very slightly slower, uh, and you basically get pushed by a hunter while you're in the dialogue box with him, and while you're holding charge. After you skip the dialogue, for some reason the charge will be infinite. Spyro will keep charging without you even having to press the button. So if you don't react to it quickly, you will just simply fucking charge off the ledge, and that is like I think more than 15 seconds gone. So yeah, not fun. But yeah. Hurricanes, nothing changed. It's also a very simple level because you just go from point A to point B, and it's pretty much the straightest line that you can possibly change. There's not much you can do differently. The only thing in Hurricanes that's different is probably It's probably the fast cycle on the first like obstacle course. Basically, like if you're fast enough, you can actually get to this. You can actually get immediately through the obstacle course. Um, I'm actually very slow, and I just don't want to risk that. So yeah, I'm not doing that. Basically. Okay, so Sunny Beach. Um, this out of bounds tricks that I'm going to do here. If you get on top of this turtle shell, you can actually perfect hover onto the upper bridge, and from that you just simply kill this dark guy that I'm killing right now. Turn around, kill these guys over here, drop down and kill the last two on the ground that I killed before. That would give you enough. That would give you enough souls for the power up, and obviously it would be slightly faster. But yeah, I just didn't go for it. I went for the normal out of bounds route, simply because this jump is slightly difficult, I'd say. So yeah, but yeah. So Sunny Beach obviously has a few uh, properties, I guess, as a level. First of all, it's obviously movement heavy. It's very movement heavy. There are not too many tricks that you need to do. For example, like one of them is this turtle jump, as you can see. It's quite difficult, but yeah, it's still like nothing special, I'd say. The problem with Sunny Beach also is that it's like a very open level, so you have a lot of freedom to move around. Um, so taking the straightest lines obviously is more difficult than, for example, like Hurricanes, where we have like a very predestined fight, a predestined path. Um, and there's really like not much we can do differently in Hurricanes. So yeah. Here in Sunny, there's actually a lot of movement, so cutting corners, for example, like taking the straightest lines, all of these things just sum up into eventually losing time. So as you can see, I lost 2.3 seconds plus 2.2 seconds to my gold, so I lost around like 5 seconds just by that. The only the only positive thing right now is that we're like extremely overgemmed, because that 654 in Sunny Beach that you see in my splits, which is a gem count by the way, if you didn't know, is already like decently high, higher than average I'd say, and I had like 665 I think leaving Sunny Beach in this run, so it's like extremely fucking high. And yeah, here movement very good. Uh, I'm probably the best player in terms of movement in the game right now. Obviously, Kappa. Okay, we're going into Aquaria Escape. So obviously, the original route was to light up this, like press this button and go the intended way of the level. But here we're going to do the first any percent skip to the level, so get on top of this pixel and then just jump to the end of the level, get the talisman, and after that we're going to go into the wall behind us, like next to the wall behind us, and we're going to start wall gliding on it. Obviously we're going to gain height, and then we just need to hover on top of the portal, fall down over here, activate the last button, and we can do we can now go and do the last two orbs in the level. This trick saves about 35 seconds if done properly and first try both of the skips, so to the end of the level and to the last button. Um, and also saves you gems, because you don't have to pay for the submarine that Moneybugs is trying to sell you, or like lend you, I guess. Um, this trick though is quite difficult because of the wall glide, and obviously there are also like bonk spots. So if you have like a too sharp angle into the wall, you will just simply bonk on it, and then you have to retry again. Um, if you get past this point, there's also a heavy risk of you actually auto hovering. So if you don't know what auto hover is, it's basically Spyro will auto hover every time he gets to like a ledge. Um, if he's like too short to stand on it, just a little too short to stand on it, but is high enough to kind of flop onto it. This is what auto hover is, and you might be like, what the fuck? There's no ledge there while you're wall gliding. So what are you talking about? But basically, why wall glides are possible is wall glides have in order to do wall glides, the wall has to be slightly angled, and in some places the polygon is actually not the same in all places. So you can just hover on some weird polygon or whatever. So that's a problem, and the problem is that if you fail this trick, you can actually fall into the portal, because only the top of the portal is, well, the entire portal frame is solid, but the portal itself extends a little bit above the portal frame, in those angled places. So you can fall into the portal, and if you fail that and try to go back into Aquaria in order to do this trick, the portal won't be solid anymore. So it's only so it's one time only. Very fun. Anyway, we're in Crash. Fun, not really, because double hits. Yep. I think you know what double hits are. Basically, you need to flame Crash on the exact same frame he hits you, as you can see over here. Um, and that will kind of phantom hit Crash. So it will hit him without him even realizing he got hit. And then you can actually do the normal hit. So this is how it works basically. So now I'm going to actually make the sound a little bit louder. I don't know how much louder, in order to, just not be too loud. But we're going to make it louder because I'm going to mute myself here, I think, because I realized there was no one in the chat. Yep, there you go. So let's make it full. I'll actually make it slightly quieter. There you go. So, Crystal Glacier, as you can see in my PB, I have 245, but my best segment is 227, which is quite a lot. It's 17 seconds, 18 seconds, I guess. And what happened there is basically I failed a trick called Soul Dupe. And you probably know what a Soul Dupe is, because I mentioned it in my previous runs. Basically, you need to kill those enemies over here, go to Zoe in order to like save before the enemy bodies actually despawn. This will give you a soul once you respawn. This will like kind of preserve those souls, but it won't despawn enemies. So you will be able to get more souls, and also by doing that you will be able to access the flight power up early. Now we're going to do Draclets. It's It's quite I guess it's a decently fast orb. Um, but yeah, it's a decently fast orb. You get some gems during this challenge, so you know it's not that bad overall. Very simple stuff. And now we're going to do obviously the thing that we call height cap break. So basically you normally cannot get up there because like there's a height cap, but if you hold down on your D-pad and hold slightly up on your analog stick, the game will recognize it as if you're just moving down, so the game won't prevent you from just uh, going anywhere. Um, but because you're holding down on your D-pad, you're going to gain height anyway, cause obviously it's the sharpest like movement using D-pad, while in analog case you can just simply uh, tilt it just slightly upwards. So it will so D-pad will obviously overrule, I guess, analog in this case. This is why it works basically. Yeah, there you go. We're doing lava lizards. Very boring challenge, so I'm not going to commentate it. Also, one thing that I want to admit is I forgot to actually change my equalizer settings. So this recording is probably going to be like turbo bass boosted and just like very fucking fat, like this audio recording. But you know, I'm not going to record it once again because I don't want to fucking suffer watching this run. So yeah, now we're going to do a skip to the end of the level by wall gliding. Over here on this wall, as you can see, it's slightly tilted, so we will just gain height. And normally you don't collect those gems, but I found a reroute. A reroute possibility that saves around, if you're actually fast enough, it saves around 15 seconds. So you're going to see that after a while. Um, but yeah, basically that's the first thing that you do. Um, and normally you don't collect those gems. You just go to the end of the level, and that saves. And that is like going straight to the end of the level is about 6 seconds faster than collecting those gems. So yeah. So you're losing 6 seconds, but you're gaining like over 20 seconds in other level, uh, which is like 50 seconds flat surplus, I guess, or time save or whatever. So now Scorch, nothing changed in Scorch since the last time I recorded this. I recorded anything on this channel, so not much to say about that. Obviously, there has been found a skip to the end of the level in Scorch, but it's about like 4 seconds, 4 to 5 seconds faster if done really well. Uh, but in for the orb case, it loses around, I think I want to say like 80 gems. I'm not sure about this value, but let's say it's 80 gems, which is you know, not the best deal. Not the best deal for sure. So now Fracture Hills, also nothing changed in Fracture Hills. Um, Except of one thing, I'm going to show you after that, like at the end of the level, because it's at the end of the level. But yeah, nothing changed in the Fracture Hills. It's a very simple level because you have to free all the satyrs, and also you have to kill 14 enemies in order to activate the flight power up. I mean the supercharge power up. There you go. Thank you. So yeah, very linear level. Nothing to say. I'm going to actually collect more gems than I should here in Frag Hills. I know House doesn't collect some of those gems, and still his gold is like around my gold. So I could probably beat his gold by quite a lot if I didn't collect those extra gems. So, you know, just if I didn't do unnecessary movement. So yeah, my strategy is quite viable, I'd say. And you're going to see why soon. Because we're actually reaching the point. Unfortunately, I got hit here, I forgot about that. So now, we're going to use this supercharge power up in order to collect those gems up there. There you go. We're going to go straight to the alchemist and start his challenge to escort him to Hunter. We're going to punch this first Earth Shaper and we're going to get the fuck out of here. We're going to use this power up and jump just as we get it in order to actually go the opposite way to the intended way, right? And we're going to free the phone here, and then we're going to go to the talisman room. What people do, what I noticed they do is they tend to kind of do it once and get to the talisman room, then finish the alchemist escort challenge, because as you can see, we will be able to finish this challenge over here if we load the zone once again. And what they do is they just simply, after finishing this challenge, they go and free the phone. But here, after that, there's one dialogue box with Hunter that tells you that you need to learn Headbash and you can do another challenge. But because this is the end of the level, we can actually pause before this dialogue box actually pops up, and we can just simply exit the level without like having to listen to Hunter. So that's convenient, and I think this is like why it's faster, basically. Why my way of doing it is faster, right? So, now we're going into Magma Cone. Finally, this is the level we were collecting gems for in Skelos. Because in this level there I found another way to go out of bounds and basically straight to the super flight power up. Also look at this fucking popcorn. It's just beautiful. The ending will be kind of fucking sus, but whatever. So I found another way to get to the out of bounds and basically straight to the super flight power up. Uh, which would which would mean that we simply do the uh, we simply do the party crusher challenge, and then after finishing it we use the super flight power up in order to get to the talisman, because you actually don't have to get to close the lid in order to get the talisman. So yeah, that's quite a bit faster. So now we're collecting all of these extra gems. We're going to jump over the gap and you'll see the difference. So here, after going on top of this ladder, we would normally get to the top of it, to the left and jump and glide to get out of bounds. But here, you can actually wall glide on this, hover over here, and you're out of bounds and straight next to the superflight power-up area. Which is very, very, very convenient and much faster. So now we're going to do party crashes basically as usual. There you go. Going very smoothly so far. Unfortunately, because I fucked up the popcorn a little bit at the end. We're not going to save time, which is a shame, but I guess that's fine, right? We're going to lose just a tad bit of time. So after getting this orb, we're obviously going to get the superflight power up once again, and we're going to go to the talisman area, grab those gems, and get the talisman. There you go. We lost 2.5 seconds, that is okay. So, as you can see, it was around like 310 a magma cone, and I think if we didn't do that, it's around like 330, I wanna say. So, yeah, the difference is quite huge. So now we're going into Shady, and unfortunately, that minus 27.5 that you see right now is going to go poof. Because, which is fucking hilarious, if you don't know the strategies in this game, in this category right now, because this level is super slow and very linear. You have to escort Shorty to the end of the level, right? But we're doing a thieves challenge, the 3 thieves, and this is where a trick comes into hand that I discovered. Basically, if you flame this tree and turn around over here, you can actually go here, light up this rocket, and jump on top of it after it started. Because for some reason you can't stand on it, it will just push you off. So you need to kind of land on it as it starts taking off. So unfortunately, I didn't manage to do that. I kind of mistimed that. But basically, if you manage to do that, what you would do is you would get high enough to get to the talisman area, and there is also this one guy. I think he's called, I don't know what's he's called, but probably Bruno or whatever. That will give you like this quest to kill the willy thieves. And one of the thieves is here, in this exact spot. So when you're escorting Shorty, you can just simply flame him. Because he's going to run in your direction, because he has no other way to go. Which is very unfortunate, but oh well. So after failing that, we're going to go the intended way. Unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to grab everything, and we're going to do the Thieves Challenge, the intended way. So failing this trick actually loses quite a lot of time. As you can see, in my PB, I did that trick. So now we're losing time, quite a lot of time. 17 seconds to be exact. Very, very, very unfortunate, but oh well, you can't have everything, I guess. So now we're going into Zephyr. Obviously before that we're just going to collect some extra gems, and we also have to get one of the freest orbs in the game, which is Long Glide. So here from the top of Autumn Plains, basically what you need to do is just jump from this tower and glide to this little island down here. There are also 75 gems here, so why not? Okay, now heading into Zephyr, and I'm not even going to commentate it because the start of the level is atrocious. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you lose 10 seconds and basically your entire lead in 2 levels. Now this is a new escape that I found. It actually saves about 5 seconds. So if you're not quick enough, if I didn't go for it because I was like tilted or scared or whatever, I would have lost 15 seconds in Zephyr. Yep, fun. So yeah, this was one of the worst Zephyrs I've had. So yeah. Yep, this is how you lose 11 seconds. Unfortunately. The only positive thing is that we're like very, very solid on gems. So I can skip some in breeze, but still, it's 30 seconds just fucking gone. So yeah, very simple orb also to get. We just run around the wall and collect those gems and the orb, and we drop down into breeze, which is a very convenient routing. So now we're going to the mines. It's a these 2 mines over here, over the trolley track. If you don't have any setup, they are fucking pain. But my setup is quite consistent, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, now what we did, we used the frame window in order to get on top of the trolley track, and then over here to this boat. Now instead of lighting up the bonfires, we're just going to jump on the pipe up onto the like boat building or whatever, and to the talisman area without like watching the cutscene and running around the ball to kill the land blubber. I'm going to do a slightly... I'm going to cut uh, the routing over here a little because I was over gemmed anyway, so I didn't need to collect those gems. And yeah, there you go. This is those are the last mines, and we're warping into Summer Forest, saving 4.3 seconds, which is something at least. Sometimes save before getting into gold, which is a fucking menace. Basically, the entire run lies in the hands of Gulp right now, and it's RNG. It wouldn't if I had my time saved from before, but it's just how life goes, I guess. So yeah, we're cleaning up Summer Forest, getting all of these 3 orbs basically in 42 seconds. We got 2 orbs, so that's pretty convenient. And now we're going into Gulp. We grabbed some of the gems before getting warped, so that's also something. But now it's time to either win or lose. It's basically there's no in between. It's this level that you either win your run or lose your run. So I heard that the pterodactyls actually dropped the eggs very quickly. So I baited Gulp really quickly and did another bait right after. And as you can see, I got 2 barrels because of that. Because if you didn't know, basically if you hit Gulp, like after the egg bounces once, if Gulp gets damaged at this point, the power up will stay, because the egg hatching animation takes priority over like the destruction of the power ups. So yeah, this is what we're going to do in order to get multiple hits on Gulp. There you go. Very good. We got 5 hits in the first two phases. So that's the optimal route. But now, after those 5 hits, there are RNG phases. So our power-ups will be randomized. And as you can see, our first wave is 2 rockets, which is a very good setup for a triple hit. Now let's see if we're going to get it. Another rocket, and we got a triple hit, ladies and gentlemen. So that movement that Gulp did was extremely fucking stupid. I got intentionally hit, so I don't miss any wave after that, and we got actually 2 more rockets. Kind of nuts. So basically what we got throughout this fight with Gulp is 2 barrels, which are guaranteed barrels in the first phase, and then we got 3 rockets, and 2 rockets. It's kind of unbelievable, to be honest. So yeah, I have like multiple bombs, and bombs are the least, well, the most useless basically. So now all of that energy just came into fruition in this fucking run. It's kind of insane. So yeah, Mystic Mouse, we just skipped to the end of the level by standing on a pixel. That probably wasn't intended to be there, but whatever, we capitalized on that. Because the only thing that we need from Mystic Bash is the end of the level orb. It's the most convenient, it's the fastest, so yeah. So now we're going into Cloud Temples, and we're going to do the new skip. We're not going to do the cool skip, but we're going to do a very useful skip anyway. So here we're just simply jumping onto those moving platforms. Very simple stuff, because you just need to go right and then jump left. And then we're proceeding with the level as normally. But here, after actually starting after going over here, we're going to do a little skip. So, what I'm going to do here is break this basket, talk to Agent Zero so that Zoe actually saves me, because there's a risk of dying. I'm going to get on top of this little thing, jump to the bridge, jump over to the other side, and I'm going to do boosted jump in order to get over here. That actually saves quite a lot of time, because you don't have to watch the cutscene of the wall breaking and whatnot. And then we're going to kill the last warlock, drop down, grab the basket, start the Agent Zero minigame, and then we're going to grab the end of the level orb while Agent Zero is still going. So we can just drop back down, grab the gems, and continue with the Agent Zero challenge. This is a very good skip. It saves slightly more than 10 seconds, I believe, because like my best segment right now is 2:19. My best segment before that was around like 2:30 something, I think. I don't want to say what, because I don't remember, but yeah. And we're equally 8,000 gems, which is everything that we need, because buying headbash from money bags is 1,000 gems. So yeah. So now we're going to go into Metropolis, and if I remember correctly, I'm just going to fuck up some movement in Metropolis, so I'm going to lose a little time. But yeah. There you go, we're going to do a trick called fast head bashes on these elevators, because obviously in order to get them to move, we need to head bash, and yeah, I fucked this one up, so I lost a lot of time here. Um, so what fast head bashing is basically uh, we press charge and head bash at the same time, and it kind of like makes the head bash animation way shorter. So you know, you obviously save some free time basically. So we did Ox challenge over here. It was very simple, no major mistakes, because sometimes you can like overshoot those bombs and miss a cycle because of that. But yeah, we did pretty well. So now we're going to go to the end of the level, because here at the end of Metropolis there are basically 3 free orbs that we will collect. Here is the first one for reaching the end of the level. Now we're going to do both sheep saucers because they are pretty quick. There you go. That's the first one. And that will be the second one. Um, just so clean movement here in order to make to like kill all of the UFOs slightly faster. We're going to obviously lose some time because of this movement fuck up at the ladder area. But yeah, it's pretty good all in all. Okay, so now obviously we're going up the stairs and we're going to jump over here in order to drop down and collect the waterfall orb, which is also very free. Um, there you go. And after that we're going to quit the game and continue. Basically what it does two things. The first thing is it obviously puts us in the original spot of Winter Tundra, and because we're using loadless timer, we just this is way faster because we don't have to go through the whirlwind up over here. And the second thing that is also very convenient, because we were on green sparks. Because we were on green sparks, actually quit game, continue. For some reason resets the sparks, resets sparks' health. So we're back to gold sparks now. So now we're in Robotica. Obviously we need to kill 15 enemies in order to activate supercharge and get the tractor path orb. It's sad because you could Robotica could be way faster if we didn't have to do that, but oh well. So here I'm going to do a fast kill on those scarecrow bugs. There you go. Usually you have to get you have to follow them to the second scarecrow and kill them here, kill them there. But if you actually have a decent movement and take a decent line, you can kill them as they are moving from the first one. It saves about like I think 3 seconds, which is really good. I'm making sure that I will enter Ripto with a gold sparks, because otherwise, one hit and you might get fucking sheep storage. So. So yeah, now we're clearing the tractor path, and after that, that's it in Robotica. So we're going to save a little time. We should have saved more, but I fucked up some movement here and there, but that's pretty good. And there you go, we're leaving Robotica at 46:09. And now it's time for Ripto. So we need 2 minutes to kill Ripto in order to get 48, actually like a little bit less than 3 minutes, so we're on a very good pace. I fucked up bonking over here, which lost me a second right off the bat, but that's fine. So here we want to keep Ripto here in the middle, because after he attacks we can attack him back and he will just start doing this once again. So Hunter dropped green as the third orb. I don't like that. green is very hard to control, so I just waited for another orb. And now I'm seeing what Hunter drops. He dropped a red, so we have a pretty good opportunity to kill Ripto over here. I almost missed that, which would be cringe. So now, here in phase 2, what we want to do is to get blue as the last orb, and we got it, because it lets you one cycle mecha gulp over here. Unfortunately, I'm fucking awful at it, so obviously I fucked up, and Gulp was left with 1 hit point. Which is kind of unfortunate, because it probably lost me around 10 seconds. So now we're going to go into phase 3. If you know how the Ripto moves in phase 3 and where you should shoot, then this is a pretty fast phase. So as you can see, I'm shooting here, then I'm just following him. 3 hits, he turns back, then you have 3 hits basically. In the next one, he just goes over. Usually goes to the other side of the map. Unfortunately, here Ripto decided to go behind the castle, which lost me some time, but that's okay. And here he actually decided to charge me, so I stopped him, and I was actually able to get the finish, because I missed a lot of shots after Ripto went back back from behind the castle, right? So I was actually kind of worried, but because he decided to charge me, it was all fine. So there you go. That is the entire round. 48, 43, loadless. Very happy. We're good. Cool round. Yeah. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.